Hello, and welcome in everyone. Today's video features the brand new Royal Navy destroyer HMS Eskimo. Now, Eskimo is a tribal class destroyer commissioned in 1938 and a sister ship to the Cossack that is already in game. Eskimo's service record was quite extensive. Despite being severely damaged multiple times during the conflict, she did survive the war. At the Second Battle of Narvik, she was struck by a German torpedo, resulting in her complete bow section being completely blown off. She was repaired and took part in Operation Husky in the Mediterranean, and again extensively damaged by an attack by two German dive bombers. Again, she was repaired. She would go on to take part in operations in the British Channel, where she was again severely damaged in an engagement with German patrol boats. So Eskimo enters the game at Tier 8. Sister ship to the Cossack, Eskimo shares the same armament of 4 twin-mounted 120mm turrets and 1 quadruple torpedo launcher, as well as decent concealment. However, the similarities kind of largely end there. Whereas Cossack is mainly focused on a very high rate of fire and very good DPM, Eskimo is more built around a bigger alpha strike with a slower reload. Her high explosive shells have improved damage, significantly more damage, 1700 on the Cossack and 2100 on the Eskimo. Improved penetration from 20mm to 30mm, kind of similar to what the characteristics found on British cruisers and battleships with this improved pen. Chapayev is pushing in. He's got 12km radar, so we have to be very careful not to get caught with this. A destroyer has smoked up where my torpedoes are going, but most of the DDs here have hydro. There is a Cossack in this game. He has been detected out on the other side, so it could be the Z-23 that's in here. There is the enemy Chapayev's radar. I'm going to get in behind the island here and try and avoid the most of the fire here. Engine does get knocked out by some splash damage. That feels like Z-23. There is incoming fire from those Bismarcks out there. We're going to just get in behind this island. We'll reassess here. The DD is still in smoke. We've torped his location. He is detected. Let's see if we can get some fire on this Z-23.
Torpedoes to starboard.
Seemed a little bit high there. He was coming towards us. He has torped. We'll just kite away here. Get some damage. Our engine is we just have to make sure we don't take torpedoes. Unlike the Cossack, Eskimo does not get access to hydroacoustic search or engine boost for that matter. Get a little bit of damage. This Richelieu is pushing in. We've got very good torpedoes. 66-second reload on 12km torps. These are the exact same torpedoes that you will find on Cossack. The only difference is Eskimo gets 2 kilometers improved range. So a max firing range of 12 kilometers on these torpedoes. But everything else is the same in terms of damage, concealment, reload, all identical. But very good torpedoes. 12 kilometers in range and 12 kilometers in max firing range. So I'm going to come in here and contest that Chapayev has taken up a position behind the island, so I'm assuming his radar is going to be ready again. There is a big bunch of battleships up here. I'm just going to use this corner to avoid line of sight on the Chapayev. We are going to torp this bunch of battleships up here. We've all got them comfortably in range. There is a bit of a hydroacoustic search bubble up there with those couple of Bismarcks, but we'll torp them regardless. You should be trying to fire these torpedoes as often as possible. There's a very good reload, just over a minute, so if you have any kind of target, get them in the water. It does look like that Chapayev is coming towards me. That would be the standard tactic, to try and ambush anything in the capture point with his hydro. He's detected there. I'm hoping to be able to grab this cap before he actually does hydro or radar me. There is the radar again, where we get the cap. We also get the bonus couple of torps. Not exactly quite sure what we hit. Maybe one of the Bismarcks and the Veneto. Keep the island between myself and that Chapayev. Incoming fire from Key and Bismarck. Radar goes down. I think we can use one of our smoke screens here.
Activated.
We've got some very nice penetration on these high explosive shells. 30 millimeters a pen. 4k damage sample. We get a fire. We also get improved fire chance on these high explosive shells in comparison to Cossack.
Smoke screen set.
Cossack gets a max of 9% with the flags, while Eskimo gets a very nice 13% fire chance. We'll try some AP on his broadside, although he's slightly too angled. Aim a little bit higher to get superstructure hits. Should be able to finish him here. Okay, we avoid taking too much damage.
Destroyed.
These battleships are pushing. Bismarck is pushing. Other one is directly behind him, I believe. And I'm also being pushed from the opposite side. I can see a battleship, Richelieu, pushing down. Or him, he seems to be pushing. Or maybe not, he's actually started to turn. I had hoped to maybe farm one of those Bismarcks from these smoke screens, but I don't like it. He's got long range German hydroacoustic search. I don't want to get trapped, especially in between. Richelieu does go down. That would have made my life a lot easier. We can just maneuver back around. Very good maneuverability on this tribal class HMS Eskimo. It's identical in terms of numbers to the Cossack. Very good rudder shift. Exact same speed. The only difference is Eskimo doesn't get access to the 8% speed boost consumable that the Cossack has. But everything else identical. We'll flood this area with some torps again. Does look like, is that second Bismarck coming in? We'll try and get some quick fires on that Bismarck while the first one is behind the island. Don't want to have to deal with too many secondary guns here. Get a fire on that Bismarck. We'll just kite away. These torps are looking perfect on this other Bismarck. These are looking really nice. Should get 2 at least. We actually get a bonus. We get 3. That is that Bismarck virtually crippled. We'll keep resetting him. Maybe get a fire that will claim the kill. Get a couple of reset ribbons. Try and get some additional fires on this Bismarck. The complete build I'm using, I will share the build at the end of the video. I will mark the video with timestamps. I'll also put a time notation in the pinned comment. Full details about how to obtain the Eskimo
Critical engine
can
damage.
also be found in the pinned comment at the bottom underneath the video on YouTube. I'll also put the details on my Discord. To very quickly summarize, there will be a Narvik to Dunkirk web adventure starting on the last week of update 14.3 and lasting until the second week of 14.5, and players can earn adventure tokens through missions, daily redemptions, and by the purchase of random bundles. Now, she'll be available for 960 adventure tokens. Up to 590 can be earned over the full duration. She will also be available in Admiral packs and in random bundles available
Smoke
in the
generator
armory.
activated.
I believe the Admiral pack will be in the region of $85, and these random bundles will be 999 balloons each. Now, there are other ships available in those bundles. I believe Eskimo, Cossack, Scharnhorst 43, Warspite, and Mont Callum are the potential drops in those random bundles. So again, to quickly recap, I will put the full availability details again in the pinned comment below the video. Just trying to farm down this key with some armor piercing into a superstructure. That gets the job done.
We sank their battleship.
We sank their battleship. Now you can see, very, very nice tribal class Royal Navy destroyer HMS Eskimo. There are a couple of final little details. The AA values have ever so slightly been improved in comparison to Cossack. There is an additional couple of Lewis guns added to the Eskimo, but it's effectively negligible, the differences. In terms of concealment, the Eskimo is, with a full stealth build, detected at 5.8 kilometers.
Torpedoes dead ahead.
That is a 300-meter difference
Torpedoes to port.
in comparison to the Cossack. We have a prime opportunity to yoink this Shimanto. Yoink indeed.
Enemy cruiser
And
destroyed.
that should bring the end. And it, sure enough, there we go. Here's the victory. So I hope you all enjoyed this quick little gameplay review guide of the HMS Eskimo. It will be available very, very soon in the armory. If you'd like to see some live gameplay, feel free to come over and visit me on Twitch. You can see the information here on screen. And until the next time, make sure to hit that like and subscribe button. It helps the channel immensely. Leave a comment if you have any questions or queries about the HMS Eskimo. I'll be glad to answer everything in the comments below. So until the next time, keep sailing it like you stole it, guys.